So I've had this Neo Geo MVS1C board for a while now. I wasn't 100% what I was going to do with this thing. I just kind of held on to it as a backup just in case I needed it. But I finally decided I want to beautify this thing. I want to put it to some use. I want to consoleize this little thing. So we're essentially going to be starting a series getting this thing ready to go. And originally, these boards do have like a black plastic shell that can be in varying condition that is used to mount it in the machine. And some people are fine with using those, but I wanted mine to look a little nicer. So I discovered Lions 3, who makes a bunch of different acrylic cases and shells and whatnot for various boards. So I grabbed the MVS1C kit from him. We're going to quickly, or hopefully quickly, install this in here and see what it looks like, and then continue on in other videos getting this thing ready to be used as a console. So I got all the stuff we need. It came with all the feet and screws and whatnot. And with this being acrylic, we want to make sure we're not over tightening anything, because you will start to crack stuff and kind of mess things up. So we're going to try to be careful here. I really like the way this looked when I seen it on his website, so that's why I went with this. Here's the top plate. Here's the top plate, back plate. So this one's black, this one's clear, and then this is the bottom plate. So there is that. There is protective film on everything, so we are going to remove all that. So this one was kind of a pain in the butt, the one that has the logo etched into it, because the little backing paper cover stuff, you know, was stuck in between the letters and whatnot. But I got that off, so moving on. Okay, so all that is done. Now we got to get this started. I am going to clean these up a little bit before everything's attached. That way we don't have a bunch of fingerprints and filth all over it. But I believe we got to do the bottom base first, so we're going to start that out. So what it looks like we're going to do is take those little bottom dudes and screw them in. The little legs, or whatever the hell you want to call them. All right, so I didn't want to make this video just showing me, you know, screwing things in for 20 minutes. So we'll cut to the chase a little bit here. As you saw, the first step was getting those little pegs screwed into the board. And then from there, we had a couple like pill-shaped ones, as you can see right here, that screw in right underneath the cartridge slot. You have 2 screws for each. And then once you got all those in, so 4 corners and then those 2 pill-shaped ones, you put the bottom piece on and then attach all these little circular feet thingies, right? And then from there, you put like the sidewalls, the corner sidewalls. The shorter ones go up front, obviously. I mean, if you mess it up, you kind of could tell that you're messing it up as you're doing it, but that's where we're at. So we're at the final step here. The top 2 pieces I have cleaned, and I just want to screw them down and see what this looks like. Hopefully everything's good. And like I said earlier, this is something you really want to make sure you're not screwing anything in here extremely tight. Like, there's really no reason to, as long as the screws are catching. And you get it to, as soon as it just stops, if you're screwing very lightly, as soon as it stops, just leave it alone. Don't over tighten it. You'll start cracking the acrylic. So that's one tip if you wind up buying a kit like this, or just, you know, any kind of acrylic or whatever. See, as soon as that hits, I'm done. I'm not gonna over tighten it. And there we go. If you start seeing like this, where you kind of see it's almost like it's wet. I don't know if it is wet, but if you loosen it, it should go away a bit. but I don't really have these extremely tight. So it's probably either when I cleaned it, maybe there's still a little moisture under there, or it's just sandwiching that way. And that's the way it's going to look for the rest of its life, which, okay, I don't care too much, I guess, but I'm going to go ahead and tighten these a little bit on the bottom. And that should be it. Everything should be snug. So yeah, I just might have to deal with that. Or there could just be, like I said, maybe a little bit of moisture. I don't know. Or it just could be just the two pieces sandwiching together a little bit, making it look funky. But, I mean, oh, did you see that? It kind of... Well, maybe it will go away if I just loosen it a little bit and blow some air in that. Oh, that can's almost empty anyway. But either way, I'll figure that out later on. I don't really care at this time. But the system is, well, it's not complete. It's complete for this video right now, where we have it totally encased. Yes, it's open air on the sides and everything. That is fine. I don't care about any of that. You have easy access to, if you need to mess with anything, your dip switches are still accessible from the side. If you need to mess with the BIOS or anything else, the battery, you can just easily take the top plate off. Cartridges go right there. Let me grab a cartridge and plug it in. Why not? Let's take a look at what this looks like with a cartridge inserted, right? So there we go. Looking pretty nice. So we're going to continue on with this in the very near future. I have a few solutions that I want to take a look at, and I'm waiting for them to arrive to where we can easily just consoleize this, plug it into a modern TV through HDMI or component, whatever we want, or even just still use it on a CRT or an old school TV. The choice is yours, essentially. But I do dig the way this looks, the little logo on the front and everything, the, you know, sandwiching of the two pieces of acrylic. I'll figure that out later. It does look a little weird, but that's okay for now. But there it is. Pretty awesome stuff. Makes your bare Neo Geo MVS shell, you know, look a little more slick. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not sure if he still has any of these available. I might have purchased one of the last ones. I don't know. He might still have them up, but I'll post the link so you could take a look if you're interested. Really do appreciate you guys. And with that said, I will catch you next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.